Welcome back to Terrific Terry Tuesday at Parx Racing Radar TV here on YouTube. Parx Race the number 2 day on all of our social sites streaming down there below. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe, the follow, and then share our content. Retweet if you're watching on X right now. As we make our way today, Terry, for your fourth attempt in a row to hit a best bet. We both had the late pick 4 yesterday, so let's see if we can find another pick 4 today. We can always find free picks over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Today's free track of the day is Mahoning Valley. There is a link in the description below. Kindly use that. And in the opener, you will see This Is Ridiculous. Probably should be the name of our show, is the opening pick at the Ohio track. All right, Terry, we're here to do Parx once again, as we always do on Tuesdays. And then tomorrow we will do Gulfstream Park. But before we do any of that, let's start with the first one in Bensalem today.
Yeah, it's 6 furlongs, and it's a claiming race, $12,500 claiming price, purse $23,000 for 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 3 races.
Yes, and 6 furlongs on that main track does tend to favor horses that have tactical speed. A whole bunch of them go wire to wire, about 40%. Strong rail bias, 2 and 3 a little bit of bonus, 4 through 7 a discount, 8 and out a smaller discount. Real quick, Terry, because they're about to get running. Who's the fastest one when the race starts?
Well, they all show speed, as you can see, and they're all pretty close, so it's an anyone's guess. The 5 has an overlay from 2 to 1 to 3 to 1. 7 has an overlay from 9 to 2 to 5 to 1. 8's overlay is 10 to 1 to 12 to 1. All have par plus, all have C zones.
Yes, C-zone. When we look at the early pace, how likely today's race is to match their best performances. Along with our simulations, we do pace handicapping. E's want to be on the lead, can lead or co-pilot. Co-pilots anywhere on the track, and closers and C's are not within 5 lengths of the leader. And first-time starters over here. This race is weighted to the middle back, so I would want some early speed. Looking at that, it does look like the 6 horse is the quickest of the bunch. All of the speed looks like it's on the outside, but very competitive. The late numbers belong to the 8 horse. It's a Pity. And our top total pace picture here, Terry, upside down. We do see that the 6 is 7 points better than everybody else. They're loading, so make your picks quickly.
Okay, 6 is finished in the money, and 6 out of the last 7 starts, winning the last start, and has a high percentage winning trainer. My first choice. Second choice, Hey Brother. The 5 finished 3rd versus Tupper in his last race. He has the highest speed figure today's distance. He drops in class, has a high percentage winning trainer. Track My Tears. The 4 won 2 races out of the last 3 starts, and he switches a high percentage winning trainer who wins 23% of the races in the first race after claiming a horse. And my long shot bet, Bobby's Candy, ran 2nd versus similar in his last race and likes the distance. No bets for me.
Well, let's start with my bet. I have the 4, 5, 6 with the 6 with the 4, the 1, 3, 6 with the 1, 3, 4, 5, and 7 as the opening pick 5. I like the 6 horse as that top total pace. Going to be on the lead today at Parx, 5 times out, 1 win, 4 seconds. Track My Tears, Paco, going to be forward, best workout. Hey Brother, top last race speed figure, 5 points better, dropping a length and a half. And then finally, the 1 horse Renee was a tough call over the 7, but the rail is better, and we get Ness and Sanchez. And now we get race number 1 right on time, and they're off, and they're running, and it's a pretty competitive start. You have the 4, the 5, the 6, and the 7 all darting out to the lead. The 8 horse, if you played It's a Pity, well, it might be a pity that you played such a foolish pick because you got off to a bad start. The 7 and the 6 compete for the lead. The 4 down on the rail. You got the 5 horse in a good tracking spot, a little bit of cover. That one's probably about a length and a half off of the lead. The 1 down on the rail, that one's trying to get itself involved. Get the 2 a little bit wide up the track, then the 3, and then that 8 way in the back. Pretty quick opening quarter, 22 and a half seconds. The 7 horse continues to set the tone by himself. The 6 horse kind of tailing off a little bit there. The 4 horse is the one that's going to give pursuit, maybe find its way around everybody else. Here comes the 5, and I don't know who's to its outside. Down around the bend they come. The 7 horse continues to set the tone. It looks like the 5 and the 2 horse are trying to get involved. But that 7 horse is going to go wire to wire, Terry. We've seen this day after day after day at Parx there, right? It went 7, and then 5 or 4. 7, 5, 4, 2. 7, 5, 4, 2. The 6 horse coming, not getting the lead. Getting the lead is a huge, huge play today, Terry.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been huge the last couple of days at Parx. see, the 7 horse. Where was that one in our total pace? Was third, right in there. So it's a mix as well. Should have probably had that one in there.
Yeah.
Instead of the 5. All right, let's talk about race number 2. Just find the fastest horse, Terry. I think that's the way to the winner's circle. But what's this race about?
It's going to stretch out a little to 7 furlongs. It's a maiden claiming race, $16,000 claiming price, purse $22,000 for maiden fillies and mares 4-year-olds and upward.
Thank you, Jonathan. We appreciate that. If you agree with Jonathan, hit that like button. Don Johnson, always good to see you today. And then we have Jose. Hello, my friend. How are you? Wherever you are in the world. Like Jonathan, Don, and Jose, if you have any picks, questions, suggestions, just want to tell us where in the world you're watching from, please hit us up in the comment section. Any interactivity boosts our search engine scores, and it makes it more likely when people are searching for horse racing content, they'll find us. At 7 furlongs, we had a whole bunch of them yesterday, but typically the kind of horse that wins are closers, though still, if you get to the front, you have a pretty good chance. So barbell, be on the lead or be in the back. There's a very strong rail bias for Mama Pick. 2 and 3 get a bonus. 4 through 7, it's been rough. 8 and out, also a bonus. Not that many horses, I don't think, in race number 2 today, Terry, to get to the 8 on the outside. But again, we see the speed out there again.
Yeah, well, all of them but the 2 have speed, but that 5 shows the most speed. So I think the 5 should get to that quarter pole first if it gets out good. The 1 has an overlay from 7 to 2 to 5 to 1. 3 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 4 to 1. The 5 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 7 to 2. All but the 2 and 4 have par plus numbers. All but the 2 have C zones, and the 5 and 6 both have 30% Q30s.
Mm-hmm. And the Q30 is the queer points. They have 30% of the James queer points, and James Quinn, a lot of James and Q's in there. Say that you can bet those blindly. You're wondering about Par Plus, we do 1,000 simulations, and here you can see Brisnet says the average winning speed figure for this kind of race is 71. So in our 1,000 simulations, 24.6% of the time, Bella Estrella managed to produce a speed figure above or equal to that number, 71. In this race, number 2, Terry, we see pretty balanced. You have the 3 and 5 on the lead, the 4 and 6 co-piloting. So far, the 1 and 2 in their maiden efforts have not been within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. Speed has been just absolutely dominant. It does look like the 5 and 6 have the best shot to get to the lead. The 3 horse might be in that mix, but could be the odd horse out. As the race closes, Mama Pick, Dixie Music, although that's not really been the path to the winner's circle closing. 6 and 5 on top, a few points better than the 1. Terry, who's on top of your picks?
I like the 3 Bella Estrella. She ran second versus 7 in her last race after stumbling badly at the start, and has a trainer that wins 22% of the starts in the second start with this trainer. And then 6 Streets of Paris is my second choice. She finished 9th in her last race after having plenty of trouble during the race as the favorite, but has a high percentage winning trainer and wins 37% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back again, drops in class, has a high percentage winning jockey as well. The 5 Charm of Song, third pick, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. Whiskey and Rain, the 4 is my long shot. She has the highest last speed rating, and she can go this distance. And then I'm going to play the first Don Jensen Miami Vice pick 4. I'm going to use the 3-6 with the 3-4, with the 1-3-4-6, with the 1-3-4-5-6-7, $48 ticket.
I'm going to start off with the 6 Streets of Paris. I've never been to Paris. Maybe someday I'll make it over there. But the only class dropper in the field, moving down about a length and a half, coming in from Kentucky as well on the track dropper. So I love the track and class dropping angle for the Streets of Paris. The 5 horse, Charm of the Song, strong chance to be the pace setter in here. Maybe improvement in the second try at Parx. The 4 horse, Whiskey and Rain, top last race speed figure, was 7 points better than anybody else. The race internals were better from the middle to the end, and I've seen that momentum carry over into the next start, which would be today. And then Bella Estrella, tough start in her last, probably faced better overall than what it's facing here today. I just think that 6 horse with the track and class drop and a chance to be forward. I'm going to single it in my pick 4. I'm going to single the 4 in my next leg. Then I'm going to go all with the 1, 3, 4, 5, and 7. I think that's a $10 ticket. Because if this goes chalk, 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 you might owe money at the end. Let's see. We got Armando joining us. Thank you for putting your best bet on the screen. No problem. And then Armando coming in there. We're the best. If you agree with them, hit that like button, share our content, and subscribe if you have not. Race 3 on our itinerary for these great guys, apparently. All right, Terry, what's this one?
We're going to stretch out even more to a mile and 16th maiden claiming race, $10,000 claiming price, purse $19,000 for maidens, fillies, and mares, 4-year-olds and upward.
So a mile and a 16th. They haven't run very many of them. Stalkers have done well. Despite the speed bias, I don't think any have gone wire to wire yet. Outside is a little bit better than inside. Maybe we get a wire to wire one in race number 3 today, Terry, but it's going to be tough because 2 of them are kind of on each other.
Yeah, they all show speed, but the 4 and the 5 have the most speed, and they're very close to one another. They could go head-to-head to that quarter pole as long as they both get a good break. 2 has the only overlay I see, 9-1 to 12-1. The 4 and the 2 have the par plus numbers, and all but the 3 have C zones, and the 4 has a nice 31% Q30.
So the first leg of the first race today at Parx, as we're being asked, the 7-horse one, Jake Break Alley, and then the 4. And then the 5. And, sad thing is I was between the 7 and the 1 as my last pick and ended up going with Ness. I should have put the 7 in there instead. Oh, so be it. All right. So our trip handicapping tells us 3 on the front, 3 on the back. We know the way the Parx track is playing that the 3 on the front should have the edge. So which of those 3 are the fastest, the 4 and the 5? Well, you got a left arrow horse over here in Dreaming of Freedom, but this Cali Ray, that's got about a 8-point early pace advantage over the rest, should get to the lead, should do so comfortably. And then just to make things worse for everybody else in this race, also has the most late speed. This one's going to be, what is that, Terry? 14 points higher on the total pace scale than everybody else. Yeah. Should get a comfortable lead, should be able to hang on to it. Anybody going to beat it?
Well, I like the 4 Cali Ray. She ran second versus similar in her last race. She has the highest last speed rating, and her best start speed is fast among today's starters. And then number 3, Keys of Stormin, ran second versus in her last race, and she has a good jockey. Dreaming for freedom. Dreaming of freedom. The 5 is my third choice. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 22% of the maiden claiming races that he has a horse competing in, and the longer distance will help this horse. And then number 2, her ticket to ride is my long shot. Her best start speed is close to the average winning speed, and she has a good workout on January 29th for 4 furlong.
I'm going to start with the 4-horse. I don't know how people beat it. Has the most early speed by a pretty good margin. Top total pace 17, and it's the only horse in the race that so far has hit par. It is a gringo horse, Q30 over 30. Strong C-zone, but 2-horse a little better than that. Got to be on the lead. Par plus horse. Fair odds at 4 to 5. It ain't going to go off at 4 to 5. The 3-horse, Keystorm Rising. Just missed at this level last time out. The 5-horse, Dreaming of Freedom. Probably going to ride shotgun behind the 4-horse and then fade at the end all the way around the track. And then the 1-horse, La De Pruche, I guess. I don't know. Good chance to be better in the second start after a layoff. And it's one of the longest shots on the board. So why not in a race that the 4-horse probably dominates? Or it's going to be a Tom horse. Really low odds, finishes second. Race 4, Terry, as we finish up the first half, almost. One more to go for the 10-race card at Parx today. What's the numbers on the 4th race?
Well, we're shortening up to 6 furlongs. It's a claiming race, $7,500 claiming price, $24,000 purse, and it's for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward.
6 furlongs. We saw in the opener a horse get to the lead, run some pretty brisk fractions, and then just stay there. So not surprising because 40% of the time the horses do win on the lead. Strong rail bias for Cozy Colby, 2 and 3, a bonus as well. 4 through 7 get discounted, 8 and out, a small discount. Terry, only a 4-horse field here, so getting the speed, the lead could be huge, and it looks like the horse on the rail might have a little bit more than everybody else.
Yeah, does. Everybody's got some speed, but this race, because of the scratches, is down to 4 horses. So really, I don't know who's going to get to that quarter pole first. It's a who knows race. The 1 has an overlay 3-1 to 4-1. 3's overlay is from 5-2 to 7-2, and 6 is from 5-2 to 4-1. All show par plus, all show C zones. The 1 and the 3 have nice Q30s.
Yeah, the balance in the odds versus the morning line odds, pretty clear. It just kind of tells you that the race in here could be competitive. Maybe the 4 horses, the odd horse out. We get our simulation odds by running our 1,000 simulations, and then we figure out how many times the horse won that race and then calculate the odds from there. The goal is that post-time odds are higher than our simulation odds. Only 4 horses to look at in race number 4. Really nobody up on the lead except for the 1, Cozy Colby. Everybody else kind of middle back. A little versatility in the 6 horse. Does look like maybe the 3 horse, the left arrow horse, has a chance to close. Closer with some early speed. At the end of the race, Jezebel Jade is the fastest of the bunch. Top total pace picture here, Terry. The 3 horse won 7 points clear of everyone else and is also clear of everybody else in your selections.
Yeah, I liked the 3 designated. She won 2 races out of her last 4 races. She has a high percentage winning jockey. Then the 1, Cozy Colby, finished 3rd versus similar in her last race. The rail post winning in a 19% clip. And then Del Rey Dolly, the 6, is my 3rd choice, has won 1 race out of 3 starts at Parx Racing. Drops in class today, has a highest speed figure at today's distance. Jezebel Jade, the 4, is my long shot, has a high percentage winning trainer, and her best start speed is fast among today's starters. I'm going to play a 50-cent Miami Vice Don Johnson pick 4. I'm going to use the 1-3-4-6 with the 1-3-4-6-7 with the 1-3-7-8, and I'm going to single the 8 in the last leg. $48 ticket.
I'm going to go with the 1, Cozy Colby, top speed figure, 4 points better than everybody else. Really good chance to be the pace setter and has fared well at Parx. 7 races in the money in 6 of those. Designated, the 3 horses, that top total pace horse. We saw that. 6 points clear of the field, better early pace and early fractions in the last race. Seen that end up in the winner's circle a lot. The 6 horse, Del Rey Dolly, is the biggest class dropper, down about a length and a half. It just runs back 1 race, it wins, and then someone's got to be 4th. Jezebel Jade gets that. Did show much better early race improvement last time out, despite a wide trip. My pick 4, I'm going to go 1-3-6, 1-3-4-5, 3-8, and then the 2, 4, 5, and 8 in the last leg, also $48. But once again, fearful that we could go chalk, 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 and end up winning and losing at the same time. Never my favorite thing in pick 4s. The middle race, well, hold on a second. The last race of the first half of the card is race number 5, Terry. And again, a familiar distance.
Yeah, sure is. It's 6 furlongs, claiming $5,000 claiming price, purse $18,000 for 4-year-olds and upwards, which have not won a race since August 11th.
So early speed, we saw 1 go wire to wire in the opener at 6 furlongs. We've seen speed just dominating at Parx of late, so I wouldn't expect that to change. Strong rail for Power Agenda, 2 and 3. A little bit of a bonus, 4 through 7, a bit of a discount. 8 and out, a little bit of a discount, but not as bad as 4 through 7. So inside 3 speed in race number 5, Terry, a good shot to win. Looks like there are 3 horses, one of them on the inside with speed.
Yeah, they all have speed, but that 1 has the most speed, but it's really close with the 4 and the 5. So it could be head-to-head to those 3, that quarter pole. The 5 has an overlay from 95, 3-1, all show par plus, all show C zones.
Yeah, I messed something up here, Terry. I got to change this because I do not have the 6 horse in my picks. It is the 3 horse. We're in race 5, right? Press the wrong button, I suppose. That happens sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I got to change this then to the 3 on the back end. So I'll do that just so that that's accurate. All right. So our race shape in the 5th spot, balanced race again. 3 on the front, 1 in the middle, 3 in the back. Sometimes this horse in here, what we call the Sesame Street horse, the one that's unlike any of the other, gets the best trip because if they go too fast, can be patient, wait in front of these to move first. And if they go too slow, can say, I'm going to get involved early on. At the beginning, Power Agenda is the fastest on the rail, should get the lead, but really competitive between these 4 horses. They might just line up like that because that's how they line up in the post position. In the end, Hotspot is the fastest of the bunch, but again, you got a few others with very similar late speed. It looks like 3 of them are going to separate themselves, the 3, 4, and 5 in terms of top total pace. They are about 8 points clear of the rest. So I would imagine one of those 3 is your winner, Terry. Which one do you think it would be?
I like the 5 Pylon. He ran second versus similar in his last race, has the highest last speed rating, actually tied with another horse, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Hot Pot, the 3 is my second choice, finishing the money in 5 out of the last 6 starts, winning the last start. He has the highest last speed rating. He's tied with the 5, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. Nay Dude, the 4 is my third choice, was beaten only 2 lengths versus Tupper in his last start. Drops in class today, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. Power Agenda, the 1 is my long shot. He finished third versus similar in his last race. The rail post is winning at a 19% clip, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to start with the 4 horse, Nay Dude. That's my top selection. I like Nay Dude because it's not Christmas, but he is a class dropper that missed at a higher level last out. Has a couple of sharp maintenance workouts since then. Then I have the 5 horse, Pylon, fairly consistent horse in here, should be forward. I think going longer today, because the horse tends to fade at the end of the races, actually works to its detriment. Hotspot, 3 horse, the resume says, second up should look a lot like the first up, and the first up tied for the top last race speed figure. And then finally, number 1, Power Agenda. Tough call for me over the 7, but we got the rail, we got the speed, we got the top comfort zone, and all of the race internals were better across the board last time out. $1 trifecta box for me, 1 with the 4, 5, and the 3. I just want to go back to race number 2 and make sure I don't have the 6 in my 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay, perfect. In my pick 4. And I don't have it in this one either, right? 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 6. Okay, perfect. I don't know how I got all that wrong and got all that right at the same time. Tough to tell, right? Sometimes we make mistakes. Second half of the card begins in just a second, Terry. But before we move off to races 6 through 10 on Parx, as I already alluded to earlier today, we will do Gulfstream the next couple of days on Friday, Tom and I, at Flemington for Foreign Friday. So it's Alliteration Friday, Foreign Friday at Flemington in Australia for Tom and I, to make sure you don't miss any of that fun, exciting, hopefully winning action. One thing you ought to do with your mouse right about now.
You want to click on and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's easy. It doesn't cost anything. Hit the bell that notifies you about all of our programs coming up, and copy the link at the bottom and share with everybody you know so they can come and check us out. Go to our social sites such as Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, X at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like. And then also keep the comments and picks coming during the show. We enjoy to see them, and it's helps out a lot with our algorithms.
Hopefully we help out a lot with the winner at Parx for race number 6, Terry, and another short one.
Yeah, it is. It's shortening up even more to 5.5 furlongs. Claiming race 12,500, purse 23,000 for 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
So 5.5 furlongs. You're looking for some horses that have some speed. Of the 9 races, 5 of them won by horses that had the lead at the first call, and they also had the lead at the last call. Strong rail for Unswayed, 2 and 3, a little bit fairish. 4 through 7, have not done well. And then 8 and up, they performed just about as well as the rail. Key thing here, Terry, in this 5.5 furlong affair is to be fast. As fast. Buffalo Girl on the outside has some speed.
That's right. They're all show speed, but the 8 shows the most speed of anybody out there. And as long as it gets a good break and the jockey makes the right decisions, could get to that quarter pole first. 3 has an overlay from 2 to 1 to 5 to 2. The 4 has an overlay from 10 to 1 to 15 to 1. 5 has an overlay from 3 to 1 to 8 to 1. And the 6 has an overlay from 8 to 1 to 20 to 1. 3 and 5 have only par plus numbers, and all of them show C zones numbers, especially that 4.
Yeah, the 4 was strong. 91% chance that this race will look a lot like its best performances. Pretty close on the Q30 for that 8, off by just a point. When the race gets started, well, you got 4 that want to be on the front, 3 that want to be on the back. You probably want to be in the first 2 of these 2, because anything below that can be trouble. The 8 and the 7 are the quickest of those two. Look at the 4 and 5 down here. So even if they flash speed, good chance that they could fade, although we've seen horses' confidence grow when they have that lead. At the end of the race, the Great Pumpkin, that one will be coming pretty hard, Terry, about a length quicker than everybody else at the end. Also has the top total pace, a little bit better than the 3 horse in there, Terry. Kind of a solid drop-off from there. Who's going to win this one?
Well, I like the 3 Omaha 8. He finished third versus Tougher in his last race, drops in class, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Stay Funny, the 8's my second choice. Ran second versus Similar in his last race. He can improve in the shorter distance, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. Unswayed, the 1 is the third choice. He finished third versus Similar in his last race. The distance won't be a problem as he's finished in the money in 67% of the races at today's distance, and he's won 33% of those starts. And then Separate Ways is 7, my long shot. He has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 27% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again, and switches to a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me here.
3 horse, Omaha 8, top last race speed figure, +7, off since August. I don't know if that's a positive. First up record's kind of spotty. I don't know if that's a positive either, but does have some decent workouts getting ready, and they put Paco on today. So I think putting Paco on is the tell that the horse is ready to return to work. Stay Funny is the Catch Me If You Can horse where speed has been just smoking at Parx, and getting a shorter distance today with all of that early speed is only a plus. Unswayed, the 1 horse on the rail right there. Very strong position to be. A little faster last time out. Speed numbers are increasing. And then finally, number 7, Separate Ways, that great Journey song. Run back to the November 18th race. Yes, it's a winner, but this one in first up races after some time on the sidelines, not been encouraging. Kind of looks like it needs one to oil up, and the races after that are where you want to look. I'm going to do a $10 exacta box with the 3 and the 8, and then a 50-cent superfecta, 3-8, 3-8, all. And that's part of my money.
Okay.
Race 7, Terry, is next on our agenda. The lucky race number 7, because there's a lot of 7s in play in race number 7.
Yeah, well, it's 7 furlongs, the optional claiming race, $16,000 claiming price, purse $26,000 for fillies and mares 4-year-olds and upwards, which have started for $16,000 or which have never won 3 races, or a claiming price of $16,000 or which have never won 3 races.
Yeah, we got to go fast because they're getting ready for race 2. So 7 furlongs. They had a bunch of them yesterday. What we find are either be on the front or be in the back. Pretty strong rail. 2 and 3 get a bonus. 4 through 7, it's been a rough place to be. 8 and out gets a bonus. Any speed here, Terry, in race number 7?
Yeah, 8 shows the most speed, as you can see, and it should get to that quarter pole first. The 2 has an overlay 4-1 to 9-2. 4 has an overlay from 5-2 to 6-1. All but the 1 have par plus. All of them have C zones, and the 2 and the 6 have really nice Q30s, especially that 2.
Yeah, 50% of all the clearing points. Let's see how the race shape puts out. Nobody wants to be on the lead. Everybody middle back. Get to the front. You got a good chance. And looks like everybody's going to be pretty tightly packed early on, except for maybe the 1 and the 7. As the race comes to an end, it does look like Miss Cinnamon, that simulation favorite, has the most late speed, but again, pretty tight in there. Everybody's in the same zip code. All the even number horses, great total par plus score, a great total pace scores. All the odd number horses, stay away from them, Terry. Did you go evens or odds?
I went 8. Been real busy. She's had a perfect record, winning both of her starts at Parx Racing. She has the highest last speed rating, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Justice Moment, the 6, is my second choice, finishing the money in her last 7 races, winning 2 of those, including the last start. She can handle the distance. The 2, Melody's Kiss, is my third choice, finishing the money in 5 out of the last 6 starts, winning 2 of the starts. And her best dirt speed is fastest than the average winning speed. Miss Cinnamon, the 4, finished third versus Similar in the last race, can improve the shorter distance, and has a high percentage winning jockey. The last pick 4 that I'm going to play, Don Johnson, is the 268, 267, 56 with the 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, a $45 ticket.
Real quick, because they're loading up. I got the 8, been real busy too. Did run the top last race speed figure, a handful of points better than everybody else. 2 for 2 at Parx. Melody's Kiss, the 2 better pace, better fractions early. Done well at Parx as well. In the money, 5 out of 6. The Archer of the Prey, been a while since this one's put 2 starts in a row together. Finally healthy horse. And then the 4 horse is simulation favorite. Should be Ford, highly consistent performer. My pick 4 is the 2, 4, 5, and 8 with the 7, with the 3, 6, 7, with the 2, 4, 7. Race 2 about ready to get rolling here, Terry. As it stands right now, I think the 6 horse is surprisingly only it's not a huge favorite. I think it was 6-5. It is 6-5 indeed. Thought it might be a little bit lower than that. 1-1 as the numbers continue to drop. You can't really get the jockey settled on that one though. And they're off in the running. And the 3, the 1, the 6, the 1 is really trying to go for the lead there. Mama Pick, you got the 3, you got the 5, you got 4 across the track early on. The 4 horse and the 2 horse, about a length and a half off the leaders there. The 6 horse, 4 wide, has edged its way towards the front. And its nose ahead of the 5, but the 5 is keeping them the task to keep them wide. They ran 23 and 8, much slower than they ran in the opening race there. I got that 6 singled up. Not a big fan of where he is going to the turn at 3-5, 3 wide. Not the best place to be. Mama Pick on the rail as your pace setter. The 5 horse backing out of that race or just standing up, maybe trying to find a little bit of room, feeling that they're going a little bit too fast. The 6 and the 3 are going to have to try to make their way around the 1 horse. 5 horse was standing up, maybe taking a little bit of time. A pretty slow opening half there, 47 and 44. The 1 and the 6, they're up on the front there yet. The 1 horse coming out a little bit to try to herd the 6 horse. The jockey on the 6 horse trying to get that horse to maybe change leads, really not responding to the whip just yet. I don't think he's going to respond to the whip. Terry, Mama Pick going to blow us both out of here with the 1. As it is an easy winner. Get to the lead and win, Terry. That's just the name of the game today.
It is 7-1 too, huh?
Yep, indeed. We had it as a small chance to get to the lead. Let's see over here in race number 2. Was the 3rd choice in there on that? Not supposed to get to the lead on the horse that hadn't finished within 5 lengths of the winner. Let's go back and see if we missed anything in the – on that rail, that was a pretty positive. 3rd up after a layoff, the first time the horse has made it 3 starts in a row. Did see a little bit of regression across the board last time out. Big drop-off right there. It was really kind of hard to find that one in there.
Yeah, this is my first alternate, but –
all right. Well, what are we off to? Race number 7?
Race 8.
Race 8. All right. Well, 3 races to go. Hopefully, we find a winner in here. Race 8. What's the story there?
Okay, well, we're going to go back to 6.5 furlongs, and it's a claiming race, $10,000 claiming price, $26,000 purse for fillies and mares 4-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since November 11th. Claiming races for $8,000 or less not considered, or which have never won 4 races.
The last 3 races are going to be 6.5 furlongs, so pay attention to this one. Could give us a clue, but I think the track is giving us a clue. Get to the front, you're going to win. Inside 3 bonus, 4 through 7 a discount, 8 and out a bonus. Terry, well, we're looking for horses that can get to the front. Looks like 2 of them are going to duke it out when it gets going.
That's right. That 2 and that 5 is going to go head-to-head to that quarter pole, and then the 1 has an overlay, the 2 has an overlay from 7-2 to 4-1. The 5 has an overlay from 8-1 to 12-1, and the 7 has an overlay from 3-2 to 3-1. All but the 6 have par plus numbers, and all of them show C zones.
And let's see that pace, baby. That's who's going to get to the front. 5 is a lone E. Well, the 5 is going to be on the lead there. Road to Dreams. Haley B right off of it, and then a little bit of a drop off to Rolls Royce Joyce. The end of the race, La Cienega. 10 points clear of everybody else, Terry. Maybe this one could close in and win. It's not a closer, though. It's a PC type. It is also 5 points better than everybody else on the total pace picture. The 2 and the 7 are clearly total pace better than everybody else. And we both have this race lined up in the exact order, but really only 4 horses, so not surprising.
Yeah, it's the 7. She's the 3rd horse to win 2 races in a row, and she has high percentage winning jockey. And then number 2, Hialeah B, finished second in her last race as a favorite, but has a high percentage winning trainer. Wins 31% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite race back to race again. Her best start speed is fastest among today's starters, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Rolls Royce Joyce, the 6, likes Parx Racing. Been in the money 61% of the time here, won 10% of the starts, and at today's distance, been in the money 57% of the races and won 21% of those starts. And then I like Road to Dreams, the 5, Longshot, has a high percentage winning jockey. Her early speed running style will help her chances, and she can handle today's distance.
Yeah, the 7 horse, I think, just sits right off for the pace today. And then with all that late edge runs by, maybe not, though. Haley B, that's Jamie Ness. That's Mikel Sanchez. Should be forward. Only problem with that one is he likes to hang late. The Rolls Royce Joyce, I'm putting that one in third. Paco, race competitively against many of these. And then that 5 horse, maybe mistake. Good chance to be on the lead. Maybe that one should be at the top of the ticket the way things are going today. I'm going to go with 20 to win, 10 to place on the 7. Hopefully get some decent odds on that one. I don't know. We'll find out. And then 2 races to go, Terry, to begin the late daily double. Race number 9. Again, I mentioned 3 in a row, the same distance.
Yep, 6.5 furlongs, optional claiming race, $16,000 claiming price. Purse $50,000 for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race other than a maiden claiming starter or state bred, or which have never won 2 races. Or claiming price is $16,000.
So speed. That's all you need to know, folks. 35% of the time they do go wire to wire. It seems like 100% of the time lately they're going wire to wire at Parx. Inside 3 get a bonus. 4 through 7 get a discount. 8 and out get a bonus. Got more than 4 horses in this one, Terry, and about 3 that look like they'll be forward.
Yeah, all of them have speed, but the 2, 6, and 7 show the most speed. So probably one of those will get that quarter pull first. 3 has an overlay from 3 to 1, 5 to 1. 4 has an overlay from 9 to 1, 10 to 1, and the 5's overlay is 5 to 2 to 3 to 1. All of them show par plus. All show C zones, and the 6 has a nice 33% Q30.
Yes, great chance to be forward and stay there. Let's see if that's how they want to be. Well, really no true front runner. This is really slanted towards the front end runners, kind of heavy that way. Could open the door for horses back here to close if they're able to get a proper pace. Busting down doors, we'll be busting down the door early. Really only 11 points separating worst to first, so you got to be careful that you don't get stuck late. Early on, coming out of the gate slowly. Pachelbel, that's about 7 points better than everybody else down the stretch. Top total pace picture in here, you got 2 that want to be on the front, 1 that's going to close, a little bit of a drop off from there. Terry, you went with the closer as your best bet. Hopefully it breaks trend for you.
Yeah, I hope so. I've got 3 in a row, and this is going for my 4th day in a row, trying to get my best bet to win this race. The 5, Pachelbel, she finished in the money in 9 out of the last 10 races, won 2 of those starts, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, very competitive horse. 6, Bustin' Down the Door, second choice, won her last race at Monmouth Park. She has the highest last speed rating, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. Number 3, Kayla. She finished, she likes Parx Racing. She's been in the money 89% of the races here, winning 33% of those starts. And at today's distance, she's been in the money 100% of the time, winning 33% of the starts. Bella Queen, my long shot, the 1, finished 3rd versus similar in her last race, and her best start speed is close to the average winning speed. I'm going to play 15 to win, 25 to place on number 5, a $5 exacta, 1, 3, 6, 7 on top with the 5 running second, and a $10 exacta, 5 on top with the 1, 3, 6, 7. That's it.
I got the 3 horse Alcala on the top of my picks here. Big time bump in its early pace numbers last time out. Really loves some Parx in the money, 8 out of 9 races. Busting down doors, the 6 horse ran the top last race speed figure, 8 points better than anybody else in this figure. Got also that Q33 score in there. Probably on the lead, but doesn't really need it. Well, I guess you do kind of need it if you're going to win at Parx anymore. Coco's Vivian Paco, second up after being better across the board last time out. And then I have the 5 horse Pachelbel. Does have that strong late pace edge. Does have the most back class. Going to have to probably scoot a little bit forward today, seeing how speed is just dominating. Plus, all the other ones just go way too fast. But before we get to the last race today, race number 10, just a reminder, tomorrow Terry and I are going to do Gulfstream Park. Thursday, Gulfstream Park, Foreign Friday at Farmington in the land down under. Make sure that you do what, Terry, to follow along and see if we have some more winners.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's very easy to do. Hit the bell so you're notified about all these programs coming up. Go ahead and copy the link below and share it with everybody you know. Go to our social sites such as X, Facebook, Twitter. No, there's no Twitter anymore.
Well, it's X. A lot of people still call it Twitter, though. Legacy.
Yeah, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Blue Skies at Horse Race, the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like. Helps us out a lot. Keep these comments coming, such as and picks such as Scary Creation just made a pick for this last race or the 9th race, and it helps us out too. And we enjoy seeing them.
Yes, indeed. We're always interested in people's opinions because today so far we're 0 for 2 on opinions. So just take horses we don't have. You're going to be great. Scary Creations does like the 7-horse Coca's Vivian with Paco on there, 8-1 morning line. Should be able to dictate from the outside. At any time Paco's riding a horse at Parx, he's going to attract some money. So I would guess that it would go down off the morning line, but maybe still get some good value with Paco in the irons. All right, Terry. Well, I mentioned 3 in a row. That means this is the last race. It means nothing's changed from the last 2 in terms of distance.
Nope, 6.5 furlongs again. A claiming race, $7,500 claim price, purse $21,000 for fillies and mares 4-year-olds and upwards, which have never won 4 races.
Yeah, in case you haven't, you're just tuning in. Speed, baby, at Parx. A bunch at the distance go wire to wire, more than 1 in 3, but it looks like 100% of all the horses today will go wire to wire at Parx. Inside 3 have a bonus. 4 through 7, they don't. 8 and out has a bonus. Be on the inside, be on the outside, but most importantly, be fast, Harry.
Yeah, well, the 2 and the 6 show the most speed here, although all of them have speed. So the 2 and the 6 could go head to head to that quarter pole, and then the 7 might have something to say about that. Anyway, the 2 has an overlay from 3 to 2 to 3 to 1. 4 has an overlay from 3 to 2 to 5 to 2. All but the 8 show par plus numbers. All of them show C zones, and the 7 has a nice 37% Q30.
All right, let's look at this one more time. 6, Loney. Well, look out if that one gets the lead there, Terry. Sweet Mischief. Everybody else kind of wanting that trail position. 4 and 7 with a little bit of versatility. 1 and 8, they want to come as the race closes down. The 6-horse should be on the lead. That confidence could grow. Bright Kahuna will give that one a chance to be honest. These 4 really should compete early on. And looks like 2 of them stand out at the end. Miss M&M. Take Time to Dream. Very good recommendation there. They are considerably faster than everybody else as the race closes out. They're also considerably better than everybody else when you look at total pace, the 2 and 4. They're about 9 points or 11 points ahead of everyone else there, Terry. Those 2 look like they should win. Who do you have?
Well, I like the 2 Miss M&M. She finished in the money in 9 races out of the last 10 starts. Winning one of those starts can handle this distance. And then Take Time to Dream is the 4. She ran second versus him in her last race. She has the highest speed finisher at today's distance. She has a high percentage win trainer. The 1, Foster Diamond, is my 3rd choice, drops a class today. She has a trainer who wins 20% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route to a sprint, and her best start speed is fast among starters. And then 7, Bright Kahuna. She switches to a high percentage winning jockey who's Paco Lopez, and her early running speed style will help her chances. She my long shot. I have no more money, so I'm out of money, so I can't make any other bets.
Time to Dream of the 4-horse. That one, 3 consecutive speed figure increases in a row. And Barry Meadows in his book, The Skeptical Handicapper, says that angle wins at 15% or more. Just missed at this level in its last race after being a little bit better with its race internals from start to finish. Bright Kahuna, that does have Paco Lopez on there. 3rd start after a layoff, that very strong Q30 score. Last time out, it stumbled at the beginning of the race, so you might put a line through that one. Clean trip today on the class drop should be enough. Miss MM, that one's got the inside speed. Also has a huge early pace bump last out. 3 consecutive speed figure increases there. Just doesn't like to win at Parx. 5 times out, none of them in the winner's circle. 2 in the 2nd place, 3 in 3rd, so 100% in the money. 0% in the winner's circle. And then finally, Frosted Diamond, the one horse, that's your morning line favorite in there. The last time this horse class dropped, like it is today, by about a length and a half, the horse did win. So maybe the class drop is the key. No additional bets for me. Now that the show is over at horseracingtoday.net, in just a few minutes, we will post all of our picks along with the race replay. Just click on that in the front page there. You'll see the replay there, and then all of our commentary below. So keep an eye out for that. While you're at Horse Racing Today, hit that HRT Gear button right there. Come on over and get some sportswear, a T-shirt, a hoodie, a hat, so you can look fantastic at the track, show your support for Horse Racing Today, both in terms of giving and in terms of apparel. Here are our full picks for the rest of this day, Terry. So far, over. So we got to get on the winning trail for the remaining 8 races. Here's the way we see them line up. So just pick something that we don't have. You're going to do great, especially if you can get to the lead. Any final thoughts from you before we part and get ready for a golf stream tomorrow?
Well, everybody, hope you have a great rest of the day. I hope Scary Creations wins if you're betting on these horses. And everybody stay safe. Give your loved ones hugs and kisses, and have a great rest of the week. I'll see you tomorrow.
Indeed, we'll see you tomorrow. No matter what you're doing for the rest of this day, this terrific Terry Tuesday, well, not off to a terrific start, but hopefully we'll have God's grace, as will you, God's favor, as will you. And everything you do until we meet again, Terry, ends up in one chosen destiny.
The winner's circle.
Indeed. We'll see you for Hump Day with Hollywood Hay tomorrow at Gulfstream Park.